Hi everyone, can you hear me okay? In the back? Cool. Hi everyone, I obviously am not Whitney, but my name's Tyan, like Ryan but with a T. I'm a solutions engineer here at Tynes. I'm based out of Chicago, but we have people covering all regions. I cover the central region, hence why I'm here. And what Tynes is, it's a simple no-code automation tool, and our mission is to empower the world's most important workflows. So we allow security analysts to easily connect to any tool in their tech stack and build regardless of their coding abilities. And today, just about what we're going to talk about today, we'll talk about the overview of CISO Perspective Survey on AI. This is a survey that we gave to CISOs in the UK and in the United States about their opinions on AI and our findings there. Then second, we'll talk about the challenges that they talked about. Third, the opportunities. And fourth, my favorite, so you'll hear me get a little more excited in this section, is the AI in Tynes. So what features we built inside of Tynes to help you build your workflows a little bit better with AI. So CISO perspective. So AI is obviously a really hot topic right now, and we decided to survey CISOs to better understand their perspectives and separate reality from all the noise and the hype. AI has ignited both excitement and apprehension, both in industries like security and as well as across other industries as well. And we know that it's been a positive impact on engineering and customer support, but in cybersecurity and IT professionals have been a little bit more cautious. And the reason for that is because of concerns of data privacy, inflexibility of separate tools, and the sensitive nature on which your mission-critical workflows run. And more often than not, they require some sort of form of human intervention. And because of that, that fuels a little bit of mistrust in AI for security teams. And before we launched AI at Tynes, we wanted to understand just the mood regarding how CISOs see AI potential. We wanted to be deliberate with how we deliver our products, and we didn't want to just include AI in our product just to say we're an AI company. So who did we survey? So we conducted a survey across 53 full-time CISOs from the United States, the UK, Australia, and the Netherlands. And this report that we have on our website, if you'd like to see it, it explores their experiences, concerns, and challenges as they incorporate AI into their scaling security operations. So the first thing, obviously, is they're very satisfied so far, specifically with their team's progress in adopting AI technologies. We polled 53 people. 83% of them says they were pretty happy with how their team have been adopting AI. That being said, though, there is a clear desire to tackle various challenges and concerns associated with AI adoption on their teams. So 94% of CISOs expressed concern regarding the increased pressure on their security teams as AI adoption grows within their organization. And on top of that, last year, we produced the voice of the SOC in 2023. And what this was we pooled a bunch of analysts across different organizations and looked to see what their concerns were, what their challenges were, and how they operate day to day. And 63% of them said they felt some sort of burnout, with 81% agreeing that their workload has increased as of 2023. And it's only going to get more. But there's obviously a clear desire to tackle various problems and actually increase usage as well. So the challenges. So despite strong satisfaction rates and a belief in the potential benefits of AIs, CISOs need help with this adoption, and that's where Tynes comes in. According to our report, the top 5 challenges that CISOs labeled as challenges to their AI adoption were 1, data privacy, 2, insufficient talent and lack of skills, 3, misaligned priorities, 4, inflexible technologies, and 5, policies and perceptions. So with data privacy, 66% of respondents identified it as the main challenge. So integrating AI into cybersecurity raises issues regarding access to sensitive data, regarding access to compliance with regulations, and the potential for breaches. And they found that AI's ability to rapidly process data is valuable in cybersecurity, but it also presents risks to sensitive information. And the second one, talent shortages. This doesn't really go away with AI. Many security teams still lack the expertise needed to adopt AI effectively, with 60% of CISOs citing insufficient staff and skills as an obstacle. And so to successfully integrate AI, it's crucial to help bridge these skills gaps with intuitive solutions. Misaligned priorities. So 51% of respondents in our survey, out of the 53, identified misaligned priorities or misaligned opinions and priorities as risks and challenge. And this disconnect often stems from a lack of understanding AI and its implications. And so for effective AI implementations to work, it requires clear communication, collaboration, and educating employees on AI's benefits and risks and establishing clear policies. Inflexible technologies. This is probably the biggest one, in my opinion. So around 49% of CISOs identified that inflexible technologies as a challenge for AI adoption. So legacy systems don't always have straightforward solutions to integrate paths with other tools in the business. And this connects well with large language models, which are even harder to integrate into your tools. So the complexity to integration severely slows down AI adoption. And of course, a well-integrated tech stack is essential for accurate AI decision making. And you'll find that with Tyans, we integrate really well with tools like that. Yeah. We have plenty of time, so please ask me.
Or was it over an external provider, whether they're NVIDIA farm, blah, blah, blah. You follow me? Was it
100%.
or just in general, they had this cloud of mistrust?
Yeah. It's a great question. So on the one hand, it costs a lot of money to build your own AI in-house. And on the second hand, if you are using those vendors like Anthropic, like OpenAI, the concern of having them train over your data is huge among security teams. That's what we found. So that's why number one was the data privacy, because most security teams don't have the resources to build their own AI in-house. So they're going to use Anthropic or Claude or even Meta's Llama 3. And that raises concerns because if your data is leaking out to these systems, they have some of your information, they have some of your information to train on. And so that's why privacy was number one for CISOs. Great question. But despite the challenges they encounter, CISOs still remain optimistic about AI's potential to enhance security operations. And so 74% of respondents believe that benefits of faster decision-making by AI outweigh the risks. 25% of respondents are worried that incorrect decisions made by AI could slow down threat detection or containment of benign activities. And 51% of CISOs, while there is a challenge shortage, think that AI will make it easier for the organization to hire entry-level employees. And this is important because not only will entry-level employees be able to avoid the busy work that comes with being an entry-level employee, they'll be able to focus on more strategic initiatives, furthering more career advancement for young people and people new to the security industry. A little bit of takeaways. Overall, feedback from our respondents highlights a spectrum of sentiments ranging from anticipation to skepticism. Some respondents even showed a strong belief in AI's potential to enhance security operations. But on the other hand, AI comes with inherent risks, which indicate the importance of cross-functional collaboration, coordination, visibility between stakeholders, and shared responsibility for implementing AI effectively. But despite these revelations and challenges, the excitement around the potential of AI is, especially for faster decision-making, is abundantly clear. So ensuring that these benefits are realized requires a strategic approach that includes flexible, intuitive AI-enhanced workflow solutions, clear AI policies, continuous skill development, and alignment of organizational priorities. And just to recap, these were the top 5 findings that we found in our report. As I said before, 94% are concerned about the increased pressure on their security teams due to AI adoption. 66% consider data privacy a challenge to AI adoption. 49% view inflexible technologies as a challenge to AI adoption. 74% believe decision-making by AI systems will introduce more benefits to SOC than risks. And 51% say that AI will make it easier to hire entry-level employees and train them to become well-trained members of our industry. AI and Tines. Now, I wanted to share how we are approaching AI and Tines, keeping in mind that the top challenges the CISOs face with AI from our survey. Despite the advancements in AI at its current state, many organizations have limited practical applications for AI currently. Large language models can describe complex topics well. However, organizations continue to struggle on how to connect their data to these models securely and effectively. So how can AI make Tines better? So Tines is a no-code workflow automation tool where you can drag and drop actions onto your storyboard, connect them, and refer to upstream data. When we first started building AI in Tines, we asked ourselves, how can we make AI in Tines better? Or how can we use AI to make Tines better? And it turns out, a lot of the fun stuff about Tines is the actual building process. It's creative, it's fun, it lets you to become a software engineer without having to know how to code. But that's not where we need a lot of help from language models. Where the product is not usable enough today, and what kind of things that AI is fantastic at, is what we wanted to look at for what we were developing with our features. And what came out was, the thing that AI is great at is converting and transforming data and providing a chat interface. And that's what we did with Tines. But before I share more about AI and Tines, I wanted to address the #1 concern regarding AI adoption, and that's data privacy. So AI in Tines is built on a strong, private, secure architecture. There's no public networking, no training of your data to Anthropic, no storage, and no audit or logs. Our AI is tenant scoped, private, in region, stateless, and it's all powered by AWS Bedrock under the hood, which keeps data from leaving the stack, keeps it from being logged, keeps it from being trained for their modeled or stored. Yeah. So we share our infrastructure and how we designed our AI on our website. You can check that out too. You can also read our legal policies, and we can provide a survey on, or not a survey, but an analysis, a SOC 2 report on where your data is being stored and how it's being shared. But the reason why we know that what this is based on an infrastructure perspective is because our data is being hosted inside of our own AWS instance, AWS Bedrock, and they have a partnership with Anthropic where they don't share data with Anthropic. So Anthropic never gets the logs. I trust the legal system. But I appreciate the skepticism. I mean, this is what comes with talking about AI, right? What else would we do? All right, so the first two features, automatic mode and the AI action. Just a quick poll here. Who here has actually used Tines before? Do I have any familiar users? Okay, cool, 4. So you guys are probably familiar with the automatic mode and the AI action, but these flexible features help customers both build and improve their workflows. So the first one is automatic mode. I think it'll take a second to load, but if not, I think it's a problem with the display mode. But this helps you build workflows a little bit better by tackling gnarly complex data manipulations. So all you have to do, and I'm sorry this isn't working right now, but you prompt the AI to write with English language to write a bit of Python code for you. It'll output that Python code, and then right there, you can use it right in your storyboard. The second one is the AI action. I don't know why it's just a blue screen, but we're gonna go with it. This just helps you interpret using Anthropic's Claude 3 to interpret or summarize, convert, or format data in flight. But this is the fun one. This is Workbench. So this is our newest product, probably the coolest thing that I've seen personally. at times, just in my short few instance here. But we released this 2 weeks ago. And what it is, it's an AI-powered chat interface to interact with your proprietary data in real time. So if any of us have used ChatGPT before, there's not a lot you can do with ChatGPT outside of summarizing data, outside of interpreting data, outside of creating emails and drafting poems or English language. The difference between that and what Workbench is what Tines is really good at is connecting to your tools. So we built Workbench to allow you to kick off automations and to allow you to access your tools straight from a chat interface. So it's a little hard to read right now, but right here we've connected Okta and Bamboo HR to Tines. And at the top here, you can see that it says, can you reset password for, I can't even read it from here, Jennifer Brown in Okta. And what Tines is going to do is, on the back end, using our automation, it's going to go into Okta using the credentials that you provided us. Then it's going to actually reset that password. So what this does is, this allows CISOs or people who don't know how to use Tines storyboards to actually interact with automations just from a chat interface. You know, we all know how to use ChatGPT. I think this takes it to another level with the ability to connect to tools. So it's a co-pilot for all your InfoSec needs, and it's powered by AI and Tines. So building on the concept of privacy and security, we're not going to give you a black box generic product. The skills behind Workbench are actually built, scoped, and defined by you through your Tines stories. So inside of that Workbench, interface, you can see at the top left right there, those are templates that we provide for you if you want to use them, or you can use the storybooks or the playbooks that you already built. So if I go right here, these are stories that you've created, such as getting info on an employee, looking up tenant details, and also searching through Zendesk if you'd like as well. And once you connect those credentials, you're free to use Workbench however you like. So our report is on our website, separating the reality of AI from hype. It's on our website. Feel free to check it out. And you can also visit our table at 3:01 today or tomorrow to learn more about AI and Tines. This was really quick. It was only 15 minutes. But thank you so much for your time. But I'll open the floor now to any questions anybody has. But appreciate your time today. Yes. Yeah, so in the past, AI originally was used as a convolutional neural networks. That's a different type of system than what they use today. Today, they're using large language models which basically process AI on the English language. But in the past, they were just able to use it to train it on smaller domains and not the entirely English language. So that's most of the difference between generative AI and old AI. Whereas generative AI today, you're actually able to create things using interacting with English language, whereas in the past, you can only do it on small domains. Yes? Sorry, what was the last part? So just to clarify, I think, so are you asking like how does Tines being an automation tool promote like more integrations? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the two main things are going to be, I think, the AI action and the automatic mode. Unfortunately, they're not being displayed right now. Not know why, but the PowerPoint. But these allow you to basically do manipulations a little bit faster in Tines. So instead of using like our built-in functions, you can use these. So for people who want to create workflows with already integrated systems but don't know how to do the data manipulation, they can use automatic mode and the AI action to manipulate the data without having to know how to code. Yeah.
Leveraging off of your question, if you have an environment that's somewhat mature, already integrated in a variety of ways, how disruptive is it to say, oh, okay, we got a better way, we're going to put Tines in, and it's going to give us more efficiency. How disruptive is that to having to re-engineer your integration model?
Gotcha. So what you're saying, you already have built-in integrations with tools, but you want to do it in Tines. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mature integration model. How disruptive is it? Because that's going to have an impact on how you can sell it to the board to say, hey, this thing is better than indoor plumbing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
What's the leverage? You know what I'm saying? How do you, what's it going to be like? How disruptive is it going to be? Oh, we can do this, but we got to tear all that stuff apart.
Right.
All these interfaces, all these APIs. So a big part of integration is
Mm-hmm.
understanding the requirements for that integration through the API.
Yeah.
So as you move to an AI-driven engine for accomplishing the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
how do you leverage that definition of the API for this engine
Mm-hmm.
out the gate? I mean, is there a glide slope for that? Is there a template for that? Or is it like rip and replace? Just a curious question.
Yeah. So inside of our workflow builder, you will still need to be able to like write the HTTP request action, which is that action to connect, which is the component to connect to those different tools. So that still exists. We do have the ability inside of Tines to actually, if you copy a curl command from your API documentation and copy it to Tines, it'll actually build that component for you. So just to help it make it quicker to build that API connection for you. So that's that component, yeah. But in terms of the like rip and replace, where that if you already have like a built-in workflow from another system, inside of Tines, we like to say what you can accomplish in 6 months with traditional SOAR, you can do in 6 weeks in Tines. So with building in Tines, because of the drag and drop tool, because you don't need to know how to code, it is faster to get up and running. But on top of that, we do provide professional services if you need that as well to convert from old mature systems to this one. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. So after the let's say the JSON payload comes into Tines, how do we sift through it? Yeah, our AI, so we do that. You can define it yourself with the event transform, not with automatic mode, but like regular event transform. But you can rely on AI to do it with the AI action to actually sift through the data and look for the key value pairs that you want inside that JSON payload to actually verify that that's the data that you want to look for. When it's not, you can add a like an if else condition inside of Tines to say if it's not this format, don't use it. Assignment of ownership. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, you can add like another branch inside of the automation that says if this is incorrect, then let's say send an email to a specific person, like somebody on the team, or send a Slack message or a Teams message saying, hey, this automation received this piece of data that was incorrect, then it'll notify that individual and actually take him to that storyboard. Yeah, yeah. So with Tines, we're tool agnostic. With our HTTP request action, you can connect to any API, JSON, SOAP, XML, any format. Customize the payload, change the authentication strategy. So that's how we say we are tool agnostic. But on top of that, we actually have templates for ServiceNow and other popular tools like Slack, Teams, Code 42, all that jazz. Yeah, no problem. Great questions. We have 5 minutes left. If anybody has any other questions. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I could run. I'll tell you one off the top of my head that I use all the time for demos. So let's say you have three lists, and in those three lists are different animal names, like cheetah, white stallion, horses. But let's say in those three arrays, you want to have in the third array, you only want to grab the things in array 3 and 2 that are not in array 1, reverse the alphabetical order, and also only include unique values. To do that with code is really difficult. I used to be a Python developer. I think it would take me about 4 hours to do that right now, and that's for somebody with a technical background. But in Tines, with the automatic mode, all you have to do is prompt it in English saying, hey, I want to grab what's in arrays 3 and 2 that isn't in array 1, reverse the alphabetical order, and also only include unique values. That's all you have to type, and then when you hit run, the Python code will generate for you and actually build out that action for you. Exactly. 100%. Yeah. It's part of the art, I think, of working with AI these days is you have to learn how to prompt and also keep reprompting. Not with the AI, not with the automatic mode. No. With the AI action, no, because each call to Claude 3 is independent, to Anthropic's independent, excuse me. But with Workbench, it does have that history inside of that chat. Yeah. But to give an example of like what the AI action is used for, like if you were to prompt it, imagine you're a security analyst of level 1, and you need to summarize this CrowdStrike alert. All you have to do is type that into the prompt for the AI action, and then when that CrowdStrike alert comes in and that JSON hits the AI action, then it will actually summarize it for you as if you were a level 1 analyst. And you can put that in a Jira ticket or a ServiceNow ticket or a Tines case. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we actually have a dedupe function inside of the event transform action. Are you referring to like, let's say you have a similar ticket inside of one system and it's similar to another? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So we have a deduplication function inside of Tines that actually like if two pieces of text or two JSON payloads are the exact same, only take one of them. And then on top of that, you can actually use the AI action to actually provide a score of similarity between items, between JSON payloads. And also that, my favorite thing is, this is a nerdy answer, so I'm sorry. We have a function called the Levenstein distance, which actually, if you have two pieces of texts, it actually can compare the two pieces of text and actually give you a numeric value of how similar they are. And from there, you can build an automation in Tines where it says, if the score is above a certain threshold, delete one of the tickets. It could be if you wanted to reduce costs as well. Yeah, if you are using, let's say you're using CrowdStrike and Jira at the same time, or Elastic, which Elastic has cases as well. Yeah, like Elastic cases and Jira. Like I've noticed, like I've worked with prospects on how they can duplicate certain Elastic cases and have them only shown in Jira, or vice versa. Cool. All right, I think that's time. 2 minutes. Yes, in the asterisk hat. Yeah, So we have a receive email action inside of Tines. We give you a unique email address inside of that action to forward emails to, and then you can use the AI action right there to summarize the email. Yeah,
All right, one, I'm going to take the last question, and that is, keep this from being a Times sales presentation.
yeah.
In what you know about the competing products in this space,
Hmm.
um, are the things that Times that you've represented here, the functions,
Yeah.
are they, and I know your company allegedly probably has, you think that it has a better mousetrap,
Hmm.
but are there common tasks that the tools like Times in this space perform that 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 would address some of the concerns that people
So are there, is your question, are there other companies doing the same thing?
the competitors in this space
Hmm.
common if you're looking for a tool like Times,
Yeah.
not specifically Times,
Hmm.
but um, in what you presented here, um, are these functions and maybe the approach, is it common across the other tools in this space?
I think modern day tools that are looking to replace SOAR
Yeah.
definitely are looking to do the no code solution and then sprinkle in AI to help you build a little bit faster. I think that's a common theme I've seen across the industry. To answer your question, now can I give you a sales answer to say why we're different?
Sure, go ahead.
The difference I would say is the third thing that we released just 2 weeks, Workbench. If you guys can look up that on YouTube, where you can actually use a chat interface to interact with your automations, I think that's a game changer personally, and I'm super excited about that. Um, yeah, it's available today. Yeah. Mhm. And when you say the administrative stuff of different tools, could you? Yeah. Hmm. 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 Yeah. I think so. I mean, I know right now inside of Times we have like the monitoring function where you can actually look to see like when actions are failing inside of Times, maybe when something isn't is actually produces an error too. But that is a very interesting piece of feedback where I might I'll pass it to the engineering team to think about how we can use AI to actually contribute to the monitoring aspect of different tools. I'll put it on your behalf. Yeah.
He brings up a great point because part of justifying this to a board, a
Hmm.
CIO or CISO going to the board and say, hey, I want to buy this thing, is uh, reduction in duplication of effort. And part of that is administration, right? I mean, a big part of the budget, IT budgets, is administration, various functions, right? And so if there were leverage that a product like Time could bring to help justify, instead of spending
Yeah.
That means the difference between you get a PO and not getting a PO. So the administration point is a valid piece in getting a check written to buy a product like yours.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
It does. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have inside of Tines, you can actually calculate your time saved on automations. But in terms of like the monitoring, I think you talked about further, I think it's definitely worth a conversation to have with our product team for sure. And I'll pass that feedback.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, everyone.